Welcome back to TDL. We'll get to the play of the week in a moment, but we wrap up our bi-district round action with non-select Division 4. We kick it off over at Welsh. The Greyhounds hosting the Wolfpack of West St. Mary. And we kick things off in the first. And look at this. Brecken Adel drops back and fires a dart to his man Preston Lopez. And there is nobody between Lopez and the end zone. He does get caught at the goal line, fumbles it, but he is in 4-6. Welsh in front. The Greyhounds were just getting started. This time it's Dane Egas on the receiving end of the touchdown pass, and the Greyhounds get the win in the big way, 59-24. They are moving on. And now to Elton for one of our two local versus local games. The Indians of Elton hosting the Basile Bearcats, and we kick things off in the first quarter. No score. Indians on the move, and it's Tristan LeBlanc who gets the handoff, and he does the rest. He strolls into the end zone. Indians take an early 8-0 lead. Later in the quarter, Basile's run game shows up again. Pearson Como gets the handoff in the red zone and rolls across the goal line for a Bearcat touchdown. That cuts the deficit to 2. Second quarter now, the Indians once again with prime field position, and they capitalize. Davin Simon once again handing it off to LeBlanc, and once again LeBlanc is in for the score. They go up 16-12. This game would stay tight, but it's Elton that comes out on top. They beat Basile 22-18. And from Elton to Grand Lake, the Hornets hosting Jonesboro Hodge tonight, and it's Jonesboro Hodge quarterback Dalton Knox rolling into the end zone for the first points of the ball game. And after a couple of empty possessions from both teams, Grand Lake finally comes through. Charles McFarland breaks free from midfield to get the Hornets back in the game, ties it up at 6-6. But right before the half's end, the tie is no more as Jonesboro Hodge's Dalton Knox finds Dwayne Palmer down the sideline, and he gets in for the score. But Grand Lake comes back and wins a tight one, 23-20 over Jonesboro Hodge. We head out to Montgomery. The Vin Lions taking on the Tigers of Montgomery tonight. Montgomery with the ball here to start. Mason Jordan hands it off to Jacorian Shepard for the first score of the night as the Tigers take a 6-0 lead. Lions now with the ball. Jackson Hance runs it up the gut and into the end zone, 4-6. Two-point conversion is good, 8-6. Vinton on offense again, and it's the man Jaden Briggs. He takes a handoff in for the score. That ties the ball game up. This game would go to overtime, tied at 34. But it's Montgomery who pulls out the win, 42-40 over Vinton. And Lake Arthur was at Faraday tonight, but there's no decision announced quite yet as the game is called off due to a reported fright. From what we were told, there was a tackle made near the Faraday sideline that resulted in Lake Arthur players being teamed up on by the Faraday bench. There's no decision on the result of the game quite yet. We'll keep you updated on air and online once a decision is announced. Lake Arthur was down 30-7 at the time of the incident. And out to North Iberville to wrap things up, Oberlin on the road tonight. Opening kickoff, North Iberville's DeKay Butler fumbles the opening kickoff, and it's Peyton Del Cootie who recovers it to give Oberlin the ball in North Iberville territory. That drive would stall out for the Tigers, and from that point on, it was all Bears all night. Markel Toussaint would get a toss here, and he'd go untouched, giving the Bears an early lead over the Tigers, and North Iberville goes on to beat Oberlin 44-6. That's all for our bi-district round, but we now have 4 non-select teams in the regional round next week. DeQuincy, after receiving a bye, will host Franklin. Welsh moves on and awaits the decision of Faraday Lake Arthur. Elton will hit the road to take on Logansport, and Grand Lake will also be away from home as they will be at Jeanerette.